Hello and welcome to Real Life Reviews, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Hoka recovery shoe. To be more precise, the Hoka Ora recovery shoe 2. In the past we've got a video on their recovery slide, and at the end of this video we'll put a link to that review as well, so you can compare the two or have a look at them both. But this is the recovery shoe, and well, let's dive into it. Let's launch straight into that term recovery. As far as I'm aware, there's no medical or physiological evidence to suggest that this shoe will actually help you recover from exercise or injury. And to be fair, I don't think Hoka actually claim that. What this shoe is brilliant for is providing a comfortable option for you post exercise, and these are really comfortable shoes. So in a sense, what I think we mean by recovery shoe is that they're a great shoe to wear whilst you're recovering. I would put aside any thoughts that they'll help you recover better or quicker. The area that many of you are most likely to be interested in is what's going on inside here. The cushioning, the bed, the what's inside this shoe, what you're actually going to stand on. And there are two elements to look at here or consider. One is the cushioning, and this is a very plush cushioning shoe. It has a higher bed of soft cushion, to quote Hoka. And in their rating of soles, which go from responsive to balanced to plush, this sits right at the plush end. Also, in terms of the actual bed that you're standing on, again, Hoka have their spectrum that goes from neutral to moderate to stable, and this is a neutral shoe. Having said that, and Hoka will say it's got a symmetrical bed, having said that it's neutral and symmetrical, there is pretty good arch support, which I personally think is crucial in a shoe that you're going to put on when it comes to recovery post-exercise. In addition to this, Hoka also use in this shoe a TPU overlay to provide midfoot support and stability, and they also use an EVA again for more support but also increased durability and again stability. So one thing that you will notice is if I turn this shoe around and you look at the sole, there's a few little tears in the sole. General wear, I've put these through an awful lot. I love them. I'm going to qualify that in a moment, but they are really comfortable, and I have worn these a heck of a lot, and I've worn them outside and inside, so I can genuinely attest to the comfort and the durability of these shoes. Sticking with the construction though, Hoka employ their Meta Rocker, and they have the early stage Meta Rocker in here for what Hoka's advertising says, for a smooth ride. What I can say is when you do walk in these, yeah, they are very smooth. Is it the Meta Rocker being really successful? Well, I guess you'd have to say so, but they are a very smooth walk. The upper is a very light mesh. It provides a really easy entry. It's quite an open entry point. There is an elasticated pull hoop that you can use to pull on, although to be fair, you don't really need it. And they are pretty breathable. I get quite hot feet. I find these do get quite warm, and a lot of people, I've spoken to people that wear these like a slipper around the house. I find if I'm going to wear them like that, I do need socks with them. It just stops my feet from getting that sort of sweatiness about the feet. So they are warm, and around the house I tend to wear the slide more than I wear the shoe. Where this comes into its own is outside, and it is brilliant post-gym, post-swim, that sort of thing to put on, walking from the leisure centre to the car, driving in, much more stable to drive in than the sliders. I wouldn't recommend driving it in the sliders, too easy for your foot to move about, a little bit of health and safety there. But these are brilliant for driving in, and I find myself wearing these to go out to a bike park to go mountain biking, change my shoes at the bike park, and then afterwards take my bike shoes off and put these back on. So post gym, post swim, going out, I know people that wear them to go shopping. These have really done the distance, and they have proven to be extremely good. They do, though, as I say, get quite hot. They have a really good groove placement in the sole, which, whilst they're not designed like a trail running shoe or a road shoe for specific grip, do provide you with good grip, and they do mean that you channel away. Should you step in a small puddle or something, they will channel away water. Really good construction, both the upper and the sole, having spoken about essentially the midsole and the cushioning. Quite a natty little part of the design of this shoe is it's designed with a collapsible heel, and if we look at it, the heel is set in and it's designed to collapse down, and that's so that you can wear them as a slide in if that's what you want to do. I'll show you that on my feet just now. So here we have the shoe on in what I would term normal wear, but I can also, excuse me using the other shoe for a moment, take my foot out and I can slide my foot in just like that and use it a bit more like a sort of sandal type shoe, albeit with closed toes. And that works really well. When it comes to weight, Hoka lists these as 187 grams on their website. That must be a pretty small shoe. This is a size 8.5 UK, or as the label says, 42 2/3 euro. And I've got these coming out at basically 200 grams. I say basically, just take a look at this. Here are my trusty sensitive scales, zeroed. You can see 0 there. If I put the right hand shoe, that's a bit daft, isn't it? The right foot shoe, the right shoe, 202 grams. Take him off, make sure it's zeroed. Put the left shoe on, 198 grams. 4 grams difference between the two of these shoes. If you look at the sole, there's a little bit of wear and tear and cutting, but actually it's all there. It's just little tears, there's nothing missing, and they've both got a bit of that. Certainly nothing to explain away 4 grams, but hey, what's 4 grams between ourselves when it just comes to something as light as that? So basically they're about 200 grams in the middle range of the size. Obviously something a bit bigger will be a little bit heavier. So my thoughts, they're fantastic. They're really comfortable. They do, for me, wear a bit warm. So outside, brilliant. Inside, I prefer the slide or these without socks on. But they're an outstanding shoe for wearing to and from the gym, the swimming pool, driving in if you want a comfort shoe to drive in rather than your training shoes. So do I recommend them? Yeah, I absolutely do. They're a tad expensive. However, these have lasted really well, and I'm impressed with them. So I think well worth it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. In the description down below, I've put a link to Wiggle, and much of what we review can be bought through Wiggle. And if you do use that link, then we get just a tiny percentage of what you spend. It helps keep the channel going, and you don't pay any more. In fact, you often get a really good deal. If you haven't yet subscribed, well, please click on the little round picture down there. You might like to visit our website, just round here, and a couple of videos for you. The recovery slide up there, and on the Hoka theme, their Speed Goat 5 trail shoe. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.